Hi, and happy chocolate chip cookie day to you. In Joshua chapter 6, we see Israel defeating the city of Jericho as they enter into the promised land. In fact, this would be the first city that they defeat. Now, God has demanded from the children of Israel, He has demanded that they give them the first fruit of their fields. And guess what? As they entered into the land of Canaan, the first city that they defeated was Jericho. And so God demands the first fruit. He demands that He receive all the spoils from Jericho. Then after that, every other city, every other village, every other tribe that they defeated at that time, the spoils of those people will be theirs. But the first one had to go to God. Okay, are you with me so far? So there was a man named Achan who, as they were pillaging the city of Jericho, Achan discovered a wedge of gold and a suit of garment that came from Babylon, which was very expensive. It was dyed. It was probably silk, and it was very luxurious, and he liked it. And he thought to himself, I can't tell you what he thought, but I can tell you what he did. He took that wedge of gold that he found, and he took that suit of Babylonian garments, and he took it to his tent, and he dug a hole, and he hid them so nobody else could see him. Okay? I mean, my thought is that his thinking was that God's not going to miss these things. God's not going to miss these things. So we go to chapter 7. The very first verse in chapter 7, we read, But the children of Israel committed a trespass in a cursed thing. For Achan of the tribe of Judah took the accursed thing, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against the children of Israel. Now, what happens next is Israel would lose the battle of Ai. In fact, it would be the only battle that they would lose in taking the province of Canaan for their own. You know, it kind of reminds me of a story of a war correspondent who was going out on patrol with a platoon, and before they even hit the trail, the sergeant started just chewing out a soldier up one side and down the other because the soldier's shoelace was untied. Now, you may think that's a trivial thing. And matter of fact, the correspondent thought, well, why is he doing that? Why is he chewing him out so much just for an untied shoelace? But as they marched on the trail, he realized something. If that soldier would have tripped on that shoelace, then everybody else would have to stop. And if everybody else would have had to stop, then they would have been basically an open target for the enemy to fire upon. So here's the thing, people. The actions of one person can cause the defeat of many. You know, when we look into Ai, because Achan had taken those things, they lost the battle of Ai. Over 30 people were killed because of it. Why? Because of the actions of one person. You know, that gold, that garment was Achan's shoelace. You know, people, maybe we should look into our hearts and see what shoelaces we need to tie in our life. That's my thought for today. God bless.